So in this video, I'm going to talk about importing data from external sources into Access, but I'm going to focus particularly on importing data from Excel. And see, anything you need to import into Access, you have to do it through this tab, the External Data tab. You know, the External Data tab has two sections. The Export option is here, which sends data out of Access into Excel, into a text file, into a PDF file, or as an attachment to an email, into another Access database, into Microsoft Word, or into XML file, HTML document, and the list goes on. Now, that's exporting the data. Now, importing the data different from different sources, you come here. You can see here it says from file, which can be an Excel file, HTML document, XML file, text file, another database, another Access database, or SQL server database, online sources also, Salesforce, SharePoint, the list goes on. In this particular video, I'm focusing on Excel. That's number one. And also, I'm focusing on the third option that it offers you here because I've discussed these other two options, the first two options here in other videos. But this option here, it says link to the data source by creating a linked table. So here, the data is not really imported, it's just linked. You know, if you read the little sentence under, it says Access will create a table that will maintain a link to the source data in Excel. Changes made to the source data in Excel will show up in the link table in Access, but you cannot make changes to the Excel file from inside Access. All right, so if I choose this option and I navigate to find my file, the file I'm looking for here, which will be this one, then I say okay. It shows me all the tabs. This is my Excel file actually. This is my Excel file. It has four tabs in it. Two of the tabs are hidden, two of the tabs are not hidden, are visible. So right now what Excel is doing is showing me all the four tabs in my file. I'm going to choose the right one. That's the one I want. When I do that, it shows me a preview of the data. I can say next. It shows me here that the first row contains the headers for in the file, in the Excel spreadsheet. If I say next, then I can give the linked table a name. I can leave it this way. I can say number 2 because I already have one file with that name, one table with that name already. So I'm going to say employee data May 2. So I'm going to say finish, and it's telling me it's finished. When I do that, you can see immediately on the left that the table has been imported, and it not imported actually, it's linked. So you can see the Excel icon over here, the green Excel icon over here. You can see that little blue arrow over there, which indicates that it's actually a link. It's not an import. When you mouse over it, you can see that it shows you the file directory um, to that particular Excel file where it's located at. So when you double click on it to open it, it behaves pretty much like any other Excel and like any other Access table, really. It behaves that will be in terms of behavior, there will be no difference between that table and this table because they're exactly the same data and the definitions are the same. So I can come here and look at design view also. It's a link table. If I want to make changes to it, that's what it's saying. Um, uh, I cannot modify it. If you want to add or remove fields or change their properties or data types, you must go to the data source in Excel. But I want to open it anyways. So, but if you look at the data types over here, it's exactly what it should be. Number for ID, and then currency for annual salary, date and time for hire date. Same thing for birthday. So very easy. It's linked right now. So don't forget, you can make changes in Excel. Um, and then, sorry, you can make changes in Excel. It will reflect here, but you cannot make changes to the Excel file from inside Access. So that's the difference. Again, one more thing to point out is that this data can easily be exported out Access. That's why you have this export section. You can export this data as an Excel file outside Access. You can export this data as a text file. Uh, so if you choose one of these options, you can or as a PDF file, as an attachment to an email. So if I choose the text file option, it's going to export the data as a text file. You can see the file extension immediately over here, which is .txt. I can specify the directory where I want the data dumped. I'm going to leave it the way it is right now. So if I say OK, for example, it's going to show me how do I want to it's going to ask me how do I want to have it exported. It can be delimited by comma or tab delimited also, or it can be fixed with delimitation also. So any one of them is fine, whatever one you choose or whatever need you have. So in this case, I'm going to say make it comma delimited. I'm going to say next. I'm going to say give it a name, give it this with this directory. I'm going to say finish. If this is something, again, like I said in the other videos, if this is something I need to do all the time, then I can save the steps so that when I choose this option, if I choose this option to save it, the steps, then I don't have to go through all the all the step-by-step process. I just need one click and then it will do the export for me. So if I say save export here, I can come here and look at saved exports and click on this particular export, click on run to go through the steps for me very quickly, very easy, saves a lot of time. Okay, so because I did the export now, I can show you that the data is here right now, and you can see everything is comma delimited, basically. All right, so that's how basically you can link your data from Excel into Access. Again, don't forget, it is not imported, it is just linked.